Welcome to Beerstories. This video is a comparison between the Maltmaster Pro 30 and the Brewster Beacon 40. They are basically the same system. They are both 2500 watts. They can brew 30 liters of beer, and the malt pipe can contain 9 kilos of grain bill. And the efficiency is more or less the same. When I tested these, I brewed 30 liters of beer in each of them. I had the same grain bill in each malt pipe, and it was actually just above 9 kilos. And I had the same efficiency. I think it was 79% in the Beacon, and the Maltmaster I had 81, I think. And that can be, if I brewed it all again, it might be the other way around. So about 80 for both of them with a huge grain bill. And I had, I measured the pH and adjusted both of them to 5.3. And the same crush on the grain bill and everything. So I did the exactly same beer on both of them, and it came out the same. If you look at the display, it's exactly the same. You handle it the exact same way. They can both remember 10 recipes, so it's the same. If you check out here, the contacts for the pump and the heater is the same. If you look down at the bottom, you can see where the pump intake is and where the temperature measurement is. It's the same. So from my point of view, everything from here and down is exactly the same, and I think it's made the same place. I didn't open them up to check if it's the same, if it's the same inside, but I think it is. But from there on and up, there are some differences. The Maltmaster has another handle here, which is very good to have when you're cleaning it. You can handle it better. There's also a ball valve down here with a torpedo mesh filter. That's very handy if your pump gets stuck or something like that. Otherwise, I wouldn't use it. I use the pump to pump my wort over to the tank, because then it gets oxidized just to get the yeast going. But it's there, and it's handy if you get a stuck pump or something like that. And now to one of the big differences, and that's the lid. I think the lid on the Maltmaster is much better than the Beacon. The Beacon has a shorter arm, so when I have to stir in my mash, I can do like this, and but it's just not very handy. Whereas the Maltmaster, you can put the lid up here and use both hands. So I really enjoy that. I really like that. And also the Maltmaster, it comes with a spray ball. That's just a nice little touch, I think. If we look at the bottom filter, this is the Brewster Beacon. As you can see, it's not that tall. Some people get problems with air stuck under here, so it wobbles around and has a problem with measuring the temperature. I think it's okay. I can get the air out of it most of the time, so I'm actually using it. Well, the problem here is the distance to the bottom is not very big, but it's sealed a bit more than this one. This one has risers but it's not sealed at the edge, so you can get dirt under here. So that's probably why they made this valve, because there's a bazooka filter on that. So that would take care of the problem if anything from your wort comes through here. But either way, I think it works fine. I think this works fine as well. Some people throw it away. I don't. But there's a difference here. So I don't know if one is better than the other, but there's a difference. The malt pipe, they are exactly the same. The weldings, they are exactly the same. The weldings down here in the mesh ton, they are exactly the same. The quality is exactly the same. You can't see any difference. But the bottom mesh for the malt pipe, there's a difference here. As you can see, this is for the Brewster beacon, and there's a lot of contours on here, and those contours makes it stronger. So it's actually stronger than the one for the Maltmaster. The Maltmaster has very weak contours, and you can actually feel it, that it's weaker than this one. If it really makes a difference in the real world, I'm not sure, but I've heard about people where the bottom comes out of. And I think it's less likely that will happen with the Brewster beacon. But as I said, I've tested the Maltmaster with 9.4 kilos of grain bill, and yeah, there wasn't any problems there. But as a standard, the Maltmaster comes with an extra bottom or mesh top. It's just a new one, so you can make the holes that you want if one of them breaks. The overflow pipe on the Maltmaster, it's a telescope, but it has a kind of a ball lock here. So you have only this. You can adjust this as well as you can with the Brewster beacon, because the Brewster beacon has the telescope function. In every joint here, so you can actually dial it into exactly what you want your overflow to be. So I think that's an advantage for the beacon, whereas the Maltmaster has several other advantages over the beacon. As I said, the valve down here, the handle, the lid, the arm, I think those are better. The chiller that comes with the Maltmaster, as you can see here, there are some spacing in between here, which means that it's a bit more efficient and a bit faster to cool the wort, comparing to the Brewster beacon, where it's just where they touch each other. So they will exchange heat, or they will exchange cold, and not be as efficient as the one for the Maltmaster. So that's the big differences. As you can see, both of them is with the big kit. The warmth blanket here, and they both come with a hot spider as well. But the Maltmaster also comes with a metal spoon and the spray ball, so it actually has just a little bit more of equipment. But when that's said, in the end, they have the same efficiency. The controlling is the same, the heater is the same. The malt pipes are the same, they can contain the same grain bill. So in the end, the two beers I brewed on here were exactly the same beer. And I actually have it here. It's a oak matured whiskey stout, 7.5%. And it just turned out really, really great on both. I guess that was it for this video. If you have any questions, you can write to me. Other than that, then just have happy brewing out there.